Alright, what's up YouTube? We are here with
Caleb Clark.
And what did you do yesterday at Through the Decades?
Top 4 at a case tourney in Through the Decades in Louisville, Kentucky.
Playing what deck?
Ryzeal Mitsurugi.
New deck on the block.
Yep.
Best new deck.
My first time playing the Ryzeal deck, and of course first time playing Mitsurugi stuff. It was a lot of fun. The deck's actually a lot more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
But you still pulled through.
Yeah, having to sequence stuff correctly, and I made a lot of errors with that stuff, but the deck is just so good, it didn't matter, honestly.
Yeah. Do shoutouts first if you want.
Yeah, of course, shout out to Tag Team Collectibles and Kokomo, Clay and Danny for going down with me, man behind the camera, Sean, Jordan helped me cook up the list, of course, and testing with me nonstop, so shout out those guys for all the help, I really appreciate it.
Alright, let's get into it.
Cool. We'll start with the basic stuff, the Ryzeal stuff. I'm not going to explain these because everyone knows what they do at this point. 3X, this is the main starter, not really ice. You don't want to use your normal summon unless you absolutely have to, so bonfire, you search for these, and special, that kind of stuff. And with that, I ran 2 ice, 1 sword, 1 node, 1 cross, and then of course 3 bonfires. So of course, like I just said, bonfire, I'm always grabbing X for the combo. Unless I'm against Malice, I'm in shifter, then I'm grabbing an ice. But you always want to start with this, it's just way better. You need a normal summon. So get these out of here. Alright, next is the new stuff, the good stuff, Mitsurugi stuff. I'll kind of explain these a little bit. Run 3 Saji. Saji is the only one you want normal summon. When it is normal summoned or tributed, you can add a Mitsurugi spell or trap from your deck to your hand. It has also a secret effect, to where if another reptile on the field will be destroyed by card effect or by battle, you can tribute this card instead. And then you have 1 Kusanagi. Its effect when it's normal special is to add a Mitsurugi card from your graveyard or banishment to your hand. That came up a lot. That's part of the main combo. Have to cycle through your rituals and get multiple ritual summons in one turn. Same thing, same secret effect. If a reptile will be destroyed by a card effect or a battle, you contribute it instead. And then I ran 2 Ame Mitsurugi Ritual Monster, and I ran 1 Futsu. This card is just stupidly busted. On special, Regeki's your opponent's board. It also has a negate effect where with the activated effect, you can activate it and they have to discard a card and the effect will go through, or if they can't, the card's negated. And then when it's tributed, you can add a Mitsurugi card from your deck to your hand and then special it back. Futsu has a really low-key busted ability. Every time your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon a reptile monster from your graveyard back to your field, and that's once per chain, so you can do it multiple times per turn. That comes up a lot if you had to use your Ame Reborn effect early. You didn't want to Regeki yet, you can still send them one more time and then just bring it back with Futsu later in the turn. That came up 2 or 3 times. People just forget about it or didn't know about it because it's a new card and it's just so broken. And then same thing when it's tributed, you can add a Mitsurugi card from your deck to your hand and reborn it. Same thing. And then for the spells, it's a really good part. Prayers. When you activate it, add a Mitsurugi monster from your deck to your hand. Or if you tribute a reptile, you can add a monster, and then you can pay 100 to special a reptile monster from your deck or from your hand or graveyard. So that's pretty good. A good way to cycle through. Also a good way to, on your opponent's turn, if they target one of your monsters to be destroyed or negated, flip prayers, tribute it, bring it back, dodges it. Also a way to, if you normal Saji effects to add in the impermanent or something, prayers, send it, effect goes through. Pretty good. And then I only ran 2 ritual. You can run 3. Some people also run. You can run 1, 2, or 3. Honestly,
it's balanced
this
out.
This card is just stupidly broken.
Oh yeah.
If I saw it in my hand, like I wasn't upset about it. It's on a brick. One thing did come up on this card. This card's like talents. It's where when you play it, you have to declare an effect. So you can special from deck or you can special from hand. So depending on which one you declare, they can ash it. So if you declare the effect of special from hand, they cannot ash this card. If you declare the effect of special from deck, you can ash it. That did come up. It's just like the tactics talent. So, and also, I didn't explain it. So, just real quick, you play this, and you can ritual summon either from your hand or from your deck, sending materials up to the level. So, do it from your hand, so you have this and this in your hand. Play this, special from hand, and you send 2 reptiles from your deck, special it. And then, same thing, get it back, send this from your field, special from deck. It's really busted. And then I run only 1 trap. I normally sided this out going second. However, I think I'm not going to do that anymore because every game is a grind game. And this card is also just stupidly busted. It's pretty much an on-negate. So attributing a reptile monster level 5 or higher. And then also destroys that card that gets negated. So it's really good against Ryzeal. If they started with sword, then they're absolutely desperate. Just negate it, destroy it, and it's gone. Their whole combo is just done. So. And then I ran 1 Night Serpent. When it gets tributed or sent to the graveyard with card effect, just reborn it back. Free level 4 to go with Ryzeal stuff. So
yep.
Yeah, that came up an absolute ton. I use it every single time in the combo. Because you start with, this in your hand, and you get ritual. Use it. You send this, and you send Kusanagi. This gets specialed. Chain 1, chain 2. This gets reborn. This adds the ritual back to your hand, and you can ritual summon again. This is not once per each effect once per turn. So you can get both of these guys out, then you can go back in your Ryzeal stuff. So it's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's all the Mitsurugi stuff. Next is some like the smaller packages I have. Like I have the Nadir package, so 1 Maximus, 3 Nadir Servant.
How'd this go yesterday?
This is so bittersweet. This is a one of, and I drew it in my hand with Nadir Servant 6 times. And obviously 6 times. And when I have both these in my hand, it's a brick. There's nothing I can do. So the fact I did it 6 times was just super unlucky. But Nadir Servant did also win me games. So I can't, it's bittersweet. Part of me wants to add a second target, but I have no idea. I'll leave it in here. Much as I say I want to take it out, I'm going to leave it in here because it's just too good. And it's just free. So, those that don't know, start Nadir Servant. Send a card from your extra deck to the graveyard, and then pretty much just add Dogmatika or whatever the other thing is from your deck to your hand. Less than or equal to the attack of the monster you sent. That is also very important. Some people just send something and don't do that part. Don't pay attention to that, so don't cheat when you're doing that. Also, it's lock share your extra deck, so you never want to leave with this. Only use this Flash Resort.
Yep.
And then add this. This you can special from hand by banishing 1 XYZ Link, Fusion, or Synchro monster. And then when you special it, activate effect, you can send 2 monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard. And your opponent also does it. Yeah, that's it. Also, it also locks you can't special from the extra deck once per turn, or last turn. This will make more sense when we get the extra deck. And then just some other just staple stuff. I ran 3 talents, expecting to get hand trapped all day long. And I didn't as much as I thought, but I still did. And it was just nice to play it, hand rip, get something out of there. And then 2 thrusts. Thrust is still a crazy card. I didn't play a whole lot of good targets in this deck, though. So I think that's one thing I will change, just adding better targets, like Imperm or something like that. But still good cards, especially you're going to hand trap non-stop. And then I just played 3 Fua, 1 Magnamut, 2 Jerusalem. I didn't face really any Fiendsmith at all yesterday. So
really?
Bestials, I faced 1.
One surprising. One is surprising.
Yeah. So
it's everywhere.
My list was I faced Pure Ryzeal, and then Malice, and then 6 Samurai, which was crazy. And then I faced like a Bestial Layer of Darkness deck, which was crazy. That deck blew my mind, and they Bestialed me like nonstop too. So if I Bestialed one of their stuff, it was really weird. And then I faced Fiends with Ryzeal in the last round, and I lost that round.
But you still got it. But you still got it in there.
I squeezed in. I got It was top 8, and I got 8th. So, and then the last in the top 8 cut, I faced the undefeated guy who was also playing Mitsurugi Ryzeal, undefeated on the day, and knocked him out. And then I went on to face Tyr, and I just Tyr is stupid. I didn't want to
Tyr's
face
so stupid.
Dude, took forever.
Shout out to Clay Grider getting 9th place.
Yeah, I don't know how I squeezed in, but Clay didn't. Crazy. And then I ran this card. I had higher expectations for it. Metal Tronus. So I thought this card, I thought I had a lot of good targets for it. And I thought it would come up a lot more. For those that don't know, it's a quick play spell. You can target one card in the field, one monster, and you get its effects. But then you special summon a monster that either has the same type, attribute, and attack stat. And I thought I had a lot of good targets in this deck, but I really didn't. But it came up it came up twice in mirrors. Like if someone normal to ice, and I had this set, they go ice effect. Okay, cool. Metal Tronus, negate the effects, and then special my own ice. And then if you summon the same name, you can banish both cards. So I negate the effect, and then I banish their ice and my ice, and then they can't combo. So, but yeah, I only got to use it twice. I would just swap this out for imperms probably. But pretty fun card. Just gonna use it a whole lot. And then Power Prosperity. Use that a ton. And that's how I usually got. Like if I was desperate, and I got lucky every single time I got an X. Got to go X full combo. Crazy. And then Slayer, because this card is just crazy.
Main deck Slayer.
Only one copy. That's the thrust target if I'm going second. I even thrusted it going first one time just to set it for follow because every game was a grind game. I think I only had 2 games that they scooped and they couldn't break through my board. So this card is just crazy. There's against Ryzeal. All right, next deck stuff. We'll start with all the rank 4s. Force, 1 duo drive, 1 detonator, Dweller, Exciton, Garrus. I only got to use the combo with him 1 time. I only had 2. But the combo you can give the guy is absolutely broken. If you had to use your normal summon for ice, that's the card you need. 2 King of the Ferretlets, and then 2 Eclipse. This card needs banned. Stupid card.
Already out, already needing banned.
It does, man. Because you just slap it on detonator gets sent for some stupid reason, and then you bring it back with two mats on it. I guess it's just stupid. This card, not a hard one to return. Everyone knows that by now. Super busted in this deck. The combo with it. Easily you can get Saji in your hand, and then you can do it again, get the ritual in your hand, and all in the same turn, and you're able to just do the whole Mitsurugi combo. It's crazy. Dweller was probably one of my top 3 cards yesterday. Super good card. Came up a whole lot against the Ryzeal I did face, and then pretty much everyone else. Whenever I would like Nadir, the Deer Servant, Dweller first, so they can't use stuff in the graveyard too. So I will say though, I could probably go with only 1 King of the Ferelents. I never had to do 2. The only time the 2 came up is when I had to use Pot of Prosperity and to banish something. I would banish the other copy. So
yeah.
You can honestly trade one of these out for something else.
Maybe a second detonator.
Maybe it's second detonator, yeah. And then next is like the Nadir stuff, like I mentioned. Garua, Canis, or whatever you pronounce that card. Arc. I think I'm missing the Tri-Brigade monster in here. It was really awkward. So on a Deer Servant, you send this. And it has the same attacks with 1500, so you can add Maximus, and this gets you a free draw. And then Maximus special, banish this, send these 2. This card, when sent to the graveyard, lets you pop a card, which going first, it's like whatever. This card is the one you really care about. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can add a ritual spell or monster to your hand. So whichever component you're missing, you can just add it to here and just cook. Great card. And then I would add the Tri-Brigade monster. I think when sent to the graveyard, it lets you add a card, it lets you draw a card, and I think discard a card, or something like that. Or maybe just draw a card, one of the 2. But it's still really good. I can't remember which one it is.
It's either for Jeet you're thinking of, or the 35. Probably for G, right?
Yeah.
When it's Grave, you draw a card, bottom deck a card.
Okay, yeah, that one. That's the only card I was really missing. I just couldn't find a copy of it. And yeah, I didn't think I would need it, to be honest. But now after I played the deck, yeah, I kind of needed it. Because sending this every time was just awful if it was going first. So, and then of course, aggregator. Everyone knows aggregator at this point. Send it, negate something. And then for links, SP. I didn't SP a single time yesterday though, so but you just kind of got to have it just in case you have to.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how to pronounce this card.
Reptilian Echidna.
Yeah, but those that don't know, when this is link summoned, you can target a monster in the field, change its attack to 0, and then for every monster your opponent controls that has 0 attack, you can add a reptile to your hand. So I never had to use it, but there are moments when you I could see you could.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like if your King of the Fairlands gets hand trapped, you can't add, and then they stop your combo more, and you have that in a level 4 on field, you can just link, go into this, target something, add the ritual, whatever you're still missing, and then go. So I can see how it could be useful. I just never had to use it yesterday. Deck too good. Just place their hand traps like crazy still. Side, honestly the side's kind of bad. Still kind of work in progress, but has some good staples in here. So of course called by came up all the time. D-barrier, didn't use it once. Feather duster. 3 droplet. I sided this in even going first. Because again, everything was a grind game. So if they like play something to negate detonator, and they try to full combo, I would just droplet, send my detonator, negate whatever's on the field, and then twins, bring back detonator, no longer negated, and reattach to match to it, so I can start popping again. So even going first, it was still good. Of course, for the Malice, got 3 Lancia, and you have 3 of the new Meows. I only faced Malice once, and of course, I sided all 6 of these in. Didn't see him. Love to see it.
Yep.
Didn't need it. He bricked really hard, and just pretty much played Sky Striker. Didn't play Malice. So, and then this card, I Shifter in here. Your deck can play through Shifter, and I had it in here for if I saw more like Ryzeal Fiends, but I thought I was going to see it like all day long.
Right.
And it didn't. I put it in here. It pretty much didn't do its job. I faced Ryzeal Fiendsmith, shifted him. He didn't play through it. He just kind of passed. But then I got hand trapped to death too, because he kind of bricked and there's real hand traps anyway. So pretty much just like wasted a card because then we just kept going in the grind game. And then I faced Tyr in the last round. I dwellered him and shifted him, and he still just kept putting up boards like crazy. I don't understand that deck, but he played through it, so I would just take this out for something more useful too, like another thrust target maybe, or Nib even, something like that. So because Nib's good against a lot of decks now too. So yeah, that's it.
All right. Any final comments?
No, the deck is super fun. Definitely a lot more cooking to do. Again, thank you, Danny Clay, for going and helping me out, talking to me throughout the tournament. It was my first solo tournament I've gone to. Besides, it's kind of like a bigger, like a more fancy locals, but still like facing people I've never like seen before and that kind of stuff. So,
Right.
I was a little nervous, but they talked me through it the whole time, so I appreciate those guys. And then of course you too, Sean, for messing me throughout the day. All the guys in the group chat cheer me on. I appreciate it. So hopefully now I can just replicate again at Ryzeal.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.